Everyone, this is part 337 of me answering your Percy Jackson questions. If you haven't seen a video yet in the series, all you have to do is check the description. Literally right down there, it tells you how you can ask me questions that I'll answer in this series. It's very easy. Don't ask me them in the comment section. Check the description for how to ask me, please. All right, let's get to today's comments. Just one today because the first question on this one is very, very, very long. In fact, I'm not even sure I'm going to read this. I'm going to try though. So this comment says, 1. Just so you know, at the time of writing this, I have not finished The Blood of Olympus, although by the time someone actually reads it, I will probably have finished it. Okay, so you probably finished it by now because this comment was made 5 months ago. Jason was my favorite character until I read the part in House of Hades, where Jason, honestly, I'm not too sure what he even does because it made no sense to me. Whatever he does with the southern wind, horse things, and then when he gave up being praetor to Frank, I'm not saying that Frank doesn't deserve it, but it kind of felt like to me, at least, that Jason was turning his back on, the group of people who he has basically spent his whole life with since he basically left his family to be part of a new one because of one good friend, Leo, and a girl he likes. And it also felt wrong because Jason is the first Roman character we meet, and he was also in a leadership position at Camp Jupiter. Imagine if Percy decided to stay with the Romans after he got his memories back. That would be awful. Why should it be any different for Jason? It's arguably worse because Jason was actually in charge. I get that Percy was a counselor at Camp Half-Blood, but there are more than 2 of those. Also, this makes it feel like the Romans are inherently worse than the Greeks because Jason was practically raised by these people and still chooses Camp Half-Blood. I just don't understand it. Could you please explain this to me? Did that take me over a minute to read? Oh my word. I get what you're saying, although I feel like it kind of makes more sense. You know what? Actually, you're right. It doesn't make sense. Although I just accepted it because Jason just feels like that kind of person who he would leave Rome to come to Camp Half-Blood because it grew on him, right? You got to remember, Jason was at Camp Half-Blood for significantly longer than Percy was ever at Camp Jupiter. Like, I'm talking like 8 months longer. It's not even comparable. So if he wants to go to Camp Half-Blood a lot or, travel back and forth between the camps like he says he will do at the end of The Blood of Olympus, I'm cool with that. I do like Jason as a character. A lot of people think he's stale. I like him. So, I do like his character arc. All right, moving on to question 2. What's your favorite non-canon ship between 2 people? Percy times blue food does not count. Dang it. I'll be honest. If Annabeth wasn't in the picture, I would ship Percy and Rachel. Truly. I think they would be great together. Annabeth and Percy are better, but Percy and Rachel, I would like that a lot if Annabeth was not there. So yeah, that answers all of today's questions. I'll see you tomorrow for part 338 of me answering your Percy Jackson questions.